Hey there and happy Thursday. So today I am bringing you some inspiration from my Fairmont Community Ed class that I recently held. And if you love fall, love Halloween, or just pumpkins and such, like this card, when I first see it, I think Halloween, but yet it can be for any time throughout the fall. And so you still have time to purchase it. I know sometimes there's frustrations, like so much of our stuff is so popular and sold out. Well, I thought, you know what? I'm going to give you a card that is in stock, the supplies, so that you can have success with trying to find something to make with it. And so many of you have purchased this fun bundle. It's a punch bundle, so that makes it a little bit easier sometimes to work with too. So let me get my card turned around for you, or my camera turned around for you, so you can see it better in person. Hey there, Tabitha. All right, so I've got this going here. So yeah, here's the card. And for those of you that love fun folds, look at this. So we've got that and going on there. And with this, where it comes from is in the mini catalog on page 51. We've got the Pick of the Patch bundle. So you can see there's a ton of stamps in there, lots of pumpkins, gourds, and I even love this one. The other day I was scrolling through Facebook and I'm like, oh, I love what she did. And all she did was post a picture of what's already in the catalog, kind of highlighting the stamp set. And I'm like, oh, I love those kind of more subtle colors and such for fall. And even how the artist for Stampin' Up! In the catalog put the little dots over these pumpkins too, just to add a little texture and fun to the images that way too. So just kind of fun to see different things. Sometimes, you know, I get my things and don't refer back to the catalog to get inspiration. So that's kind of fun to look at that and at least start with, okay, where are we going today with certain products and that. Hi there, Deb. Thanks for joining in, and Lisa too. All right, so Deb, you're in for a treat today because I know you love fun folds. So like I said, for those of you now that are joining in, you can see how this is going to be put together. And I can make this one pretty quick because I'm using my leftover pieces, like I said, from my Fairmont Community Ed class. This will be project number 2. So what I did is took an 8.5 by 11 piece of black cardstock, cut it in half, and then I scored it. So you know, your basic size that you want to fold in to fitting into our regular envelopes is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I've scored that, so that part's in the middle here. So this is 5 1/2 inches long, and then I've just got those score marks on either side, which obviously you need to find a middle by starting on one side or the other. So I just put it in and scored at 2.75 and 2.75, and then you get the exact thing. So it's just 5 1/2 divided by 2. So that way, if I'm not here and you don't want to pull up this video for future reference, that's how you find that center point. Some people would be like, well, of course it is. And other people would be like, oh, I'm really struggling with this. Some people it comes easy and some people not so much. Lisa, you're our neighbor here, Minnesota to Wisconsin. Thanks for chiming in where you're from. All right, so what I'm going to do is take my bone folder here and give this a good crease. And if you flip through the catalog, you'll notice just right after the cute Pick of the Patch bundle are kind of the skeletons and that whole theme and sweet collection. So this is where I'm getting the cute paper from. And when I work with this cute paper, I often have to take extra care so that I don't put it upside down, because the way it's kind of written out, like the boo, I don't know here if I can get my light on there. The boo has a really small lower loop in the B, so it almost makes it seem like it's kind of, I don't know, upside down in a way. So you can kind of see the difference. Like I feel like the boo looks like it's like written in a mirror or something. I don't know if it's just me. Hi there, Fran. And so, yeah, so that's why I always have to take special care with these little pieces. And often when I cut card fronts, I cut them kind of that 1/4 inch less, 4 by 5 1/4, and then I'll have strips that are left over. And sometimes making cards like this can be helpful The measurements for this is 2.5 by 4 inches. So a little bit wider than the strips that I normally have, but sometimes I cut my card fronts just a little different or add another layer of cardstock, which makes my pretty paper then a 1/4 inch less too. So, so just great ideas. I was thinking in bed, like, you know, sometimes I'm always like, I have all these strips, what do I do with them? And these aren't even leftover strips. These are totally intentional. I cut up my 12 by 12 paper in 2.5 by 4 inch pieces for this here. So let me just start by tacking down these 2 panels on my card. And like I said, just really want to make sure that I'm not putting these upside down. All right, let's get some more adhesive on this one, and then that's going to go across here like so. And then I feel like kind of just doing the inside right away, the Happy Halloween and the cute little leaves here. So I'm going to open that up with some Garden Green ink here. Deb watching as we are on our way to Wisconsin to see our granddaughter. Yes, love the fun fold. So fun, Deb. So it's kind of ironic that Lisa is from Phillips, Wisconsin. You're headed to Wisconsin. You guys are both watching at the same time. And hey there, Shelly. All right, so let me grab my 4 by 5 1/4 basic white insert here. And I'm just going to do the Happy Halloween in the middle. Sometimes I kind of sneak it off to the side with fun folds. This one I thought, you know, I'm just going to do it in the middle. And I love just this little tiny like collection of 3 leaves there together. Just kind of makes a cute little image that way. And now this is ready to go on the inside of the card. And we'll just open that fold up and put that in. So I almost feel like, you know, the card's almost finished and we haven't done like the focal point yet. So we'll work on that next. Okay, so here I have a piece of basic white cardstock cut 3 1/4 by 1 7/8. So just shy of 2 inches across there. And that's to fit inside the Scallop Contours dies. So let me show you the dies here, the Scallop Contours dies. Just use those and showed those to you recently. And so it's from the largest, well, actually it's the middle one. 3rd from the smallest, 3rd from the largest, as far as where the dies fit into this collection here. And then this is going to fit in there that way. All right. And let me get... Not as messy as Tori's. That's what I'm going to call this. Not as messy as my friend Tori's scratch paper here. All right. So I want to get this out. I'm going to take those same leaves and just go lighter and darker. So how I get the lighter and darker is just stamp without re-inking. And now I'm kind of just giving this kind of little leaf floor here. Or it kind of looks probably what our yards look like now in the fall with the leaves falling, but they're not quite too crispy. A lot of my leaves are fun colored. Some are still green, but they're still falling. And now the sentiment that I picked out from the Pick of the Patch stamp set is, it says, you now I can't even talk, you're the pick of the patch. That I'm going to ink up and stamp out in the Garden Green too. And I want to put that on to give me an idea of kind of where I'm going to put my 2 pumpkins that I'm going to make for you. And I don't want to put my pumpkins on and then have no space for my room, for my sentiment there. So for my pumpkins now, I'm going to switch over to Pumpkin Pie. Whoops, ink pad kind of flopped. Nope, no ink on my fingers. That's like miraculous. All right. So like I say, what I try to do is go, where's that pumpkin going to be when I flip it over to punch it out? So I don't want to punch out this big pumpkin here because I'm going to get 2 right away. So I'm going to ink this up here. Oops, got some scratch paper there. I don't want to get part of my ink. I'm going to do that here. And then I'm going to ink up the smaller pumpkin. And I already know there's a little fleck of cardstock in here. Here we go. I'm going to take that off and I'll re-ink it like so. Okay, I'm just seeing a little white blob of cardstock on here too. I'm going to pull it out before I forget, otherwise it could end up opening it up for a class or something, and I want to make sure that that everybody has good stamped images. Sorry about that. Okay. Yes, Lisa, this bundle is so fun, and I've seen so many different variations of colors and such. I even love like the light teal colors with this like pool party pumpkins are so pretty. Just love that. So I'm just gonna pop these pumpkins out with my punch here, and yeah, I'm almost sad that it's this far into October. And then I'm like, you know what? I have these beautiful white pumpkins in my garden. And my brother, I ran into him the other night, and he has a huge garden. And he's like, make sure and come over or bring the grandkids and snag all the pumpkins you want. He's got all sorts of sizes and shapes and everything too. So I need to take him up on that as well. All right, next I'm grabbing my leaf here to go with my pumpkin. And as I've said before, kind of stamp these not close to each other because my punch will bite out parts of it if I'm too close, just because of the, as you can see, like the white wants to do that. So if I have one stamped too close, it's going to bite that one right into it. So kind of just separate those, and then makes for happier leaves. Oh, do you see that? It popped right on here. We'll see what that looks like. I don't know. I might end up doing that one over. Oh my goodness, you guys, it won't leave. It just keeps like static clinging. Now I've got like green on there, and not that it's like the worst thing to have little green edges, but it was wet, wet, wet. So I'm going to do that one over because I didn't even want to touch it with my fingers if possible because it's going to be inky. Okay, now oh, here, it's like, where did I put my stamp? You guys, I just had it. All right, retake with the leaf. Here we go. I'm going to move my ink pad over there. All right. Okay, slide this back in here. Give it a punch. Yeah, those things do fly. Like, I think we all know that. And since I have my punch in my hand, I'm just going to take this little strip of crumb cake and do a couple little punches with that to give us the pumpkin tops. There we go. Got that. Okay, now we should be done and we can start building our pumpkins. So I'm going to take the leaf here and just kind of put that off to the side of the big pumpkin. Take my second leaf here and put this off to the side of the pumpkin. And then I'm going to put a glue dot right in the middle, in the back side of the pumpkin here. And then I can attach that stem that way. So we've got some stems like so. And now these are ready to go on. So let me grab a couple dimensionals here to put on each pumpkin like so, and then we should be set. I love how quick and easy this comes together, but I'm also a big fan of our punch bundles. I think they're just always done so well. Actually, I'm going to set those here for a second. I just want to just visually put this on my black piece of that scallop contours here. So we have that framed. I don't know why. Then I feel like my pumpkins are going to be set up more for success. So I'm going to put this over here, and this just kind of takes up that space beautifully. Actually, even if you didn't have a second pumpkin, this would be really cute. Or when I see this size, I don't know why, I think of place cards. I'm not a big fancy let's make a meal and have all the place settings, all the name cards, but it does make me feel special when I go to meals that are set up like that. And wouldn't it be fun to make some place cards like this for fall? Or even like for Thanksgiving, I could switch out the colors and have it be a little bit less Halloween and maybe more fall looking with that too. So I just want to maneuver my pumpkin so I'm not taking away from the sentiment and kind of having it overlapping the large one a little bit there too for you. So yeah, Shelly says, I love the punch bundles too. Yeah, and there's something about not, as much as I love my dies, don't get me wrong, there's something about just being able to pick up and grab a punch to punch something out versus clearing space for the cut and emboss machine and getting that out. So I totally get it. Okay, so now on this, I'm going to just flip this over and then have like an imaginary line down the center here where I'm going to put a couple dimensionals. And that's going to pop up, and I want to make sure I don't have any adhesive here because that's going to wreck the whole idea of the fun fold. So I don't want any adhesive that's going to stick it closed shut. So I'm just going to peel off these dimensionals here like so. And then what I kind of do too is flip it over so I can see where my dimensionals are, and then hopefully it's not crooked. So I kind of like just place it and then I look to see, is it crooked? And with this I can tell because one way or the other, positive or negative, because of the sentiments on that background paper. If I'm crooked, it's gonna show up like big time because the sentiment that is written, that boo and the eek part of the designer series paper is going to look kind of goofy if I've got it set up. So I was going to add like some tinsel gems or something because there's some cute tinsel gems, and the more I tried to like sneak them on, there's really not a lot of place to add it. And so I kind of thought about even putting some things out here, but the more I put on, the more I thought, you know what, it's almost taking away from the card, that whole less is more thing or whatever. So I just kind of left my card the way it is, and I was really happy with how it was without it. And you guys know me, I'm kind of a big embellishment girl. Like whenever I can, I want to put some embellishments on there. But here we go, quick and easy fun fold. Happy Halloween. And hopefully when you see this, you can also see like, yeah, this is a great way maybe to use up some of those strips, or if your strips, like I say, are narrower that you're trying to find uses for after cutting DSP, just layer another color of cardstock in between your DSP and your card base, and then that will kind of build up your base and use up some of those other scraps too. So my inspiration today for you guys is kind of twofold, showing you a cute card with the pick of the patch bundle, but then also showing you a layout that can be used over and over just with these dies and just the measurements of everything on there too. So hopefully that helps. So yeah, for some of you, it's probably MEA weekend. I don't know why. I still kind of feel like, even though I don't have high school kids at home, or, well, it doesn't have to be high school, like any kids at home, it's still kind of that fall thrill of it's, fall fling time for when we used to be youth group sponsors. We used to go up north and take kids with us to a camp. And so there's just that feeling in the air of it's MEA weekend here. And so hopefully you guys are doing something special or just doing nothing at all, enjoying some time off. So I hope to keep giving you guys more inspiration, maybe even yet today and tomorrow to finish up these projects from Fairmont, because I'm really excited about the cuteness, the prettiness of them, and just showing you some of the products at work. So I'll see you next when I see ya. Bye-bye.